Good morning po.
Good morning po.
Okay, so this will be the start of our midterm period for elective 1. So at this point, we need to discuss 3 topics. So these 3 topics consist of the booting and halting, yung operating system installation nyo, which you already performed, and the managing system softwares. So that would be the 3 topics that will be discussed this morning up until afternoon. Okay, so may pumapasok pa. Wait lang. Okay, so let's start. So, chapter 4 talks about booting and halting. So, primarily our objective for this particular chapter is be able to examine the events. So when you do the power on self test of your machines, which whether it's a server type or a desktop type na machines, the diagnostic tests are being performed through a what we call power on self test. We call it posts, and the it ables to diagnose the components connected to the machines. So the operating systems or
Meron
the
na,
network
meron na.
operating systems
Meron na.
are to be able to check each of the components connected into the machines. These
Hunter?
components are the input-output
Anong
devices
hunter?
typically connected in your board. Okay, so
Is
we
back.
will examine
Ah,
the
oh.
boot manager and
Ilan?
bootloader. Okay, so as
Ah, wait lang,
a
tignan guys.
feature administrators, you
Wag.
need to be able to
Magka-live baka
do a
kami
lot of
ganyan.
testings of the operating system, especially for if you are testing new
Oh,
uh,
tuloy mo.
updates of the network operating system. So, if there is an update, hindi mo kaya at hindi
Oh.
mo rin pwedeng i-deploy that in your floor because it will affect the entire
Nauna
systems
na.
na naka-install sa kanya. So, you need to
Ah,
test it into your uh,
mamaya.
laboratory
Ayun o.
first. Okay. Next is how you'll be able to shut down properly the machines and so on. Okay. So as I said a while ago, uh, enable for you to do different operations in your system's environment. You need to understand first the boot sequence. Okay. So a lot of manufacturers out there uh, define uh, its power on self test or boot sequence. So, iba-ibang board, iba-ibang keys yung ginagamit natin. Some are you need to press del, some are you need to press F1, F2, okay, or F6 and F7 depending on the board na naka-install sa inyo, okay? So, you need to check that uh, uh, to be able to perform the boot manager or to be able to check the basic input output system or the BIOS ng uh, system mo. So BIOS is basically, as we all know, is a basic input output operating system of your machine. So basically, the BIOS, even though you don't have yet the operating systems, you'll be able to check the connected devices in your systems. Okay, so let's say for example you have a system unit. So because of this one, you'll be able to check the hard disk, how many hard disks are being connected, hard disk 0, HDD1, or if you do have a solid state devices, SSD, if you have an AGP or accelerated graphics port, if you have a dedicated graphics processing unit or the GPU, what type of connectivity are you using? Let's say you have using the PCI or PCIe, and so on. Okay. Now, once you applied power, the system resets all the logic gates. Okay. So, ang nakastore sa ROM natin, it has a random access memory. So, ang mga nakastore dyan is the password for the administrator for boot. Okay. By default, wala siyang password. But if you wanted to create your own administrative password, especially in the server side, the best practices would be dapat may password yan. Aside from your operating system, your NOS na may password, after checking the necessary hardware requirements, dapat sa system pa rin, pag mag-check siya, dapat may password at admin na yon. Okay? So, take note of that. After a while, pwede kang mag-direct into a boot manager na sinasabi. Or you can have directly employ the series of diagnostic tests. Okay? So dito, meron tayong tinatawag na power on self-test or POS. So sa PIRO mo, which is the Programmable Read-Only Memory Monitor, ini-ensure niya na sa board mo na may I/O, may mga basic components which are connected to your machines like keyboard, mouse, etc.
Ayun pa rin. Pangalawang slide pa lang.
So once na na-complete
unang
yung
slide.
power on self-test ng machines mo, okay? Normally, yung desktop type
Ano lang yung boot?
na ginagamit nyo sa mga bahay nyo, may mga additional security functions ang mga servers, like let's say you are using an IBM Blade server na pinakita ko sa inyo nung prelim na mga Blade type.
Ayun yung uli.
It could be an IBM
part?
type, it could be a Dell,
Yung,
whichever type of a server
hindi ko
base.
na nga maalala eh.
Same lang yung operations yan. It
Dati, adik
basically
din ako
loads
dun sa
the bootloader, okay, into the programmable read-only memory.
Hindi ko maalala yung
So
spider.
once na the bootloader loads the system into what we call system block. So pag nasa system block na siya, what happened? Okay? The system execute the code from the block. Okay? That yung block na yon will load to what we call secondary loader. At hahanapin niya yung OS niya. Whichever OS ang naka-install sa kanya, it could be a server type or it could be a desktop type. Okay? So, after a while, i-check niya yon. Okay? Kung mapapansin nyo, kapag nagkaroon ng error,
Ay, yung notes ko dito. May nakasulat na.
now typically there are message error that you'll be able to encounter. Some are message. It could be a message. It could be a beep sound. Okay. So let's say for example, dun sa pag-load mo sa power on self-test mo, walang naka-connect na mouse or keyboard. So ang i-check niya ngayon is no keyboard found, okay? Or no hard disk found. So may message yon. Another na mga beep error sounds particularly would be the problem sa memory or your graphics. Okay. So may mga beep sounds yan. So depende, hindi ko memorize yung lahat ng beep sound. Some are 1, 2, tas continuous beep. That's basically a memory in some board. Depende yan sa ang beep sound na to, it basically depended on the manufacturer nung board mo, if it is an Intel, if it is a gateway type, okay, na board or what we call motherboard. So, iba-iba yung magiging beep errors niya. You need to check it online to be able to troubleshoot. So, kung ikaw yung admin, siyempre, kapag hindi kaya ng tech mo yan, so you will perform the operations. Okay. So what is the overview of the boot sequence? So what happens now is nasa operating systems ka, the kernel basically creates an initialization process. Okay? So it's an init process. So sa OS natin discussion, 'di ba may scheduler? So para hindi magkaroon ng buffering, ng ah deadlocks and so on and so forth. So, kailangan natin ng scheduler. So, when you perform it in operating system, mag-a-accept lang yan ng different process up to P sub N. Okay? So, you need to have a scheduler. So, and usually, yung schedulers natin is, it has a connection with the memory management wherein dapat itong mga processes mo na to ay may location sa memory mo para magamit niya to run the specific process. So after a while, so let's say for example, there is a initialization of process. There will be a series of startup scripts. So to configure the multi-user or multi-environment operations mo, wherein you could be able to perform on a background different processes while you are running another process. Okay? So let's examine the internal operations. Okay? Happening in a system background. So si Piro mo, okay, basically monitors the POS. Okay? So it will check again, sabi ko, it will check the common system hardware connected to your machine. Sometimes, depende sa board mo, nagkakaroon siya ng diagnostic tool. Pag may nakita siya, that's how intelligent system is. Uh, uh, Even though wala siya na-encounter, you could run diagnostic. Okay? Or, kapag naka-encounter siya ng possible error, mag-run siya ng sarili niyang diagnostic. That's basically the algorithms happening on the background. So meaning, pag may nakita siyang anomaly, automatic i-run niya yan, yung diagnostic tool mo. Okay, ngayon, kung ikaw naman users, may nakikita kang pagbagal ng memory mo, pagbagal ka ng OS mo, pagbagal ka ng entire operations mo, you can run diagnostic tool. So when you're running diagnostic tool, depende rin ulit yan sa board. Depende ulit yan sa manufacturer. So some includes the basic operations wherein diagnostics programs run on the background. So pag nagpatay ka ngayon, pag nag-on yan, tapos nagkaroon ng error, magda-diagnostic yan, mag-check yan ng hard drive. Unang-una niya, let's say nakakita siya, this is your hard drive, a mechanical type. May nakita siyang bad sector, yan. So, yung bad sector sumakto dun sa DLL mo. Okay, sa OS naman to, di ba? Yung dynamic link libraries. Sumakto dito sa DLL, na-corrupt to, hindi yan mag-on yung OS mo. Okay, so mag-run siya ng diagnostic tool, sasabihin niya sa inyo ano mga pwede mong gawin. So normally, based on my experience, kapag mga ganitong problem, let's say for example may DLL ako, hindi mag-load yung OS ko, di ba? Okay, this is a real world practice. So kukuha ako ng malinis na OS. Yung malinis na OS na yan, meron niyang DLL na specific file, kunyari bootloader na DLL. Ika-copy ko yan dito sa PC. So it could be a flash drive type. Normally dati ang ginagawa lang namin is the original installer, which is in optical disc or a CD or DVD. So yung CD and DVD ko na original, ilalagay namin yun sa optical, which is your optical drive. Tapos hahanapin namin yung path, is kokopya namin dito. So, most likely it will work, okay, during our time. Pero yung ganung practice ngayon, sometimes hindi ko na na-encounter yung ganun. Kasi yung OS ngayon naka-mirror na. Meron siya sarili sa loob. Okay? Now, so the diagnostic ensures basical minimal operations of the OS. Yun yung sinasabi ko. So, just like kanina nagkaroon ka ng problem, hindi yan maglo-load. Okay? Nakuha? So, another is, sabi dito, it doesn't guarantee you with fully functional. Yan. So, sometimes, di ba, nag-load na OS mo. Pag-load mo ng OS mo, dun ka nagkaroon ng problem or errors or anomaly. Okay? It doesn't mean that the system is up and running, wala siyang problem, kasi na-check ng power on self-test, na-check niya lahat, wala namang error nilabas. Okay? Nagkaroon ng error once the operating systems are being loaded. Okay? So, after a while, the ROM monitor probes that the system buses. Ito na yung mga high speed and low speed buses mo sa architecture if it is connected to the system. Kasi kailangan malaman natin na siyempre you have another IO devices which is connected to your machine, such as your printers, your wireless connections, and so on, for communications are properly connected to your systems. And then, i-load and start niya na yung second phase of the process, which is the boot block. Na, paano na ngayon yan? So, si PC-PROM, which is the personal computer programmable read-only monitors, is basically the PC, which is your BIOS, is a multi-level monitor. Okay? So, each of the device may have its own BIOS. Okay? So, each of these BIOS run by a what we call master BIOS. Okay? Now, the device BIOS initialize the individual device. Okay? And lahat ng nakakonect sa kanya will report that to the master BIOS. So, siya yung magta-tabulate at i-inform niya yung OS with regards to the logs ng mga connected na devices sa kanya. This is what happens here. Okay. Now, in Sun Microsystems, okay, or Solaris type ng operating system. So, si Apple, okay, Apple monitors, due to its basically limited functionality, many of the system ads do not consider Apple machines which contains the PROM monitors. Why? Because in PROM, the user interface is basically extremely limited. So hindi siya ganun katulad sa Windows type. Okay? As it progresses, naging maganda yung outcome ng pag-develop ng newer operation. So in a newer generations of Apple computers, it can boot onto a legacy, which is the Mac OS, which is a unique Unix-like operating system, which is the Linux. Okay. Some of others monitors are RS6000 and the HP ROM monitors. So eto mga to are similar type, which is runs on a Sun monitor. Okay. But the user is very different. Okay. As we go along. Okay. Now, punta na tayo sa step 2. So what happens now here? If whether you are running on a Windows or Sun or Apple or Mac computers. So the boot block is often contained in the PROM. So yung boot block natin ay nasa PROM. So these programs know how to find the primary storage. Okay? So it basically looks for a specific locations on the storage media and load the blocks of the data into uh, 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 system memory. Memory. So yung boot block natin will be loaded into a system memory. Okay, once the data is loaded into the memory, so nasa memory na siya, the system will attempt to run the data. Okay? So as usual, it attempts, once the system is loaded to the memory, so itatry niya i-run yan sa yung systems natin. Okay? So where the program is. If things went well, so kung okay siya, yung program will be loaded to, so you have the first bootloader. Yung system na to, ilo-load niya ngayon yan sa secondary bootloader. Okay, ulitin ko ulit ha. So pag run niya ngayon, yung boot block natin, the data, the system is basically loaded into the system memory. After a while, nasa system memory na siya, yung boot blocks natin. The systems will attempt to run. Kung wala ang problema, it will move to the secondary bootloader. Okay? So ito yung mga system boot blocks na meron tayo. Okay, depende sa gamit mong legacy, kung anong type of platform ang ginagamit mo, whether you're using a Windows, whether you're using a Linux-based, Solaris, which is Sun Microsystem, an IRIX, and the Max. Now, anong mangyayari na ngayon sa loading niya? So once nawala na namang problema, so it goes to the secondary bootloader. So in a secondary bootloader, usually, it depends on the type of the operating systems. So very specific na siya kung anong gamit mong operating systems. So the bootloader now knows how to find, to load and to start the OS kernel. Okay, some of the secondary bootloaders are very much intelligence. So alam nila kung saan nila hanapin yung operating system kernels na yon. Okay? So as we all know, 'di ba? Ang hard disk natin or SSD or mechanical drive, nandun yung operating systems natin. So intelligently, the bootloaders will find it kung nasaan yon. Okay? At paano niya i-start yon. Okay? So possibly yung loaders na to, because of operating system dependency, iba-iba, okay, ang ginagamit niya. Let's say for example, sa Linux may tinatawag tayong Grove. Okay, Grove is basically a bootloader which is a Grand U Unified bootloader. So yung mga Linux-based and Unix-based operating system natin uses a Grove type of bootloader. So kaya kung mapapansin mo, kapag nag-install kayo ng Linux-based, pwedeng walang UI, pwedeng may UI. Okay? So yung UI niya is separate installations para magkaroon siya ng user interface o yung may mga icons. Pwede mong install yung operating system using terminal lang or what we call CLI or command line interface. So this is an example of a Linux loader. And this is an example of a Grove loader. And this one is an example of a Windows loader. Makikita nyo to in a text-based environment. Okay. So ito yung disk niya, read and write, kung nasang partition siya, kung anong type ng operating systems niya, anong versions ng operating system niya which is running in your machine. Okay. So we are now on to the step 4 of the booting and halting. So once the kernel is basically loaded, it started and it probes the device. So it basically build a tree, device tree, which is handed to the kernel during the boot process. Okay? So once na available na yan, it parses the kernel and prove that the connected devices is operational. The driver module is loaded kasi mag-error yan if it is not properly loaded. May mga devices dati na na-encounter kami na hindi binabasa. Okay? So, for example, may board ka ngayon. Ang mga connections pa namin dati dyan is let's say AGP type for
Nag-record ako eh.
accelerated graphics port. Kasi
Hindi naman.
ngayon kasi kayo may sarili na sa board nyo
Limit
ngayon, may
lang.
sarili na siya
Hindi rin ako rinig.
na connection which is the PCIe for your dedicated video card. Dati kasi may dedicated siya, normally an AGP slot. Okay, may sarili siyang slot for intended for graphics. So dito kapag hindi compatible siya to run on specific board, mag-error siya. Okay? So next, what about in Unix? Okay. So all flavors of Unix in Unix works alike. So same lang siya. Okay. Whether it's running onto a excuse me, whether it's running into a single users mode or a multi-user environment. Okay. Another is the Mac OS. Okay. So si Mac OS, there is a security issues. Okay. Dati in using the Windows, ito na wala naman to. Pag hinold down mo yung S during the reboot, na hinold down mo yung S pag nag-reboot ka, papasok ka sa single user mode. So may special keystroke siya. Okay. So hindi ka nahihingan ng multi-level password which is your root password. Yan. So ibig sabihin dire-diretso ka. So vulnerable siya. Ibig sabihin papasok niya yung systems mo. Okay. What about in Windows? Okay. So there are limited run levels. It could be a multi-user, safe mode, and safe mode networking. Okay, kung mapapansin mo, ito yung normal booting mo. Okay. So normal booting, you have let's say you have a single users, you do have multiple users running into your operating system. Just in case nagkaroon ng problema dito, pwede mo siya i-safe mode. So yung safe mode niya, depende pa rin yan. It could be F8, F9, to run into a safe mode. Okay. So bakit ba tayo nagsi-safe mode? Normally for troubleshooting, yan. What else? Diagnostic. So kung gusto mo mag-diagnostic, okay, most likely sa safe mode ka. Next, another bakit tayo nagsi-safe mode is to run limited services. Kasi when you run your operating system, by default, yung mga services running on the background, napakadami niyan na kailangan i-load ni operating systems mo. And it basically it's a lot of memory, a lot of processes in your machines. Now, if you're running on a safe mode, very limited lang ang nagra-run na services. Ibig sabihin, it doesn't eat a lot of your memories. It doesn't eat a lot of your CPU runtime or execution time. Okay? So, dito makakapag-troubleshoot ka, makakapag-check ka. Okay? Let's say, for example, you can do a repair of your operating systems into a safe mode environment. You can do, let's say, hindi mo ma-uninstall yung specific applications or systems, you can do it into a safe mode level. Pag sinabi na naman nating safe mode and with networking, ito naman, ito, pwede nating gamitin to. Let's say you don't have an optical drive, tapos may file ka na corrupted, pwede mo siyang kunin sa network. You know the IP address and the password. Pwede mo siyang i-load dun sa systems mo. And that's basically safe with networking. Ginagamit din natin siya. It basically runs limited services. You could do troubleshooting and repair of your network operating system or your desktop operating system. And you can do diagnostic, okay, level. And similar to safe mode, very limited din yung running niya. Nadagdagan lang siya ng networks. Ito kasi sa safe mode, yung services ng DHCP, yung services ng IP addressings are basically disabled here. It doesn't run. Dito sa part na to, nag-run yung network base mo. So ibig sabihin, you can ping a computer using a PING. You can look up for a specific machine. Ibig sabihin, pwede kang connect to another machines, to servers, to workstations via an IP address. Okay. So next, so step 4, we are now starting up the scripts. So unfortunately, within the OS world, there are several camps when it comes to how the system should start the services. Okay? So iba-ibang type ng operating systems, iba-iba yung startup sequence niya. Okay? For Mac, Windows, Unix, and the BSD. Okay? So anong mangyari? Okay? So dito, so typically the easy is sa BSD na box, the easiest way is to add new services. Okay? So ibig sabihin, you need to develop a specific script, let's say a service name. Sa Windows, we have what we call services.msc. So you'll be able to run the services and test it. So let's say for example, bakit wala kang internet? Pangalawa, bakit hindi ka makapag-print? Okay? Pangatlo, bakit ka hindi makapag-file transfer? So baka yung mga services that belongs to that particular operations is basically off or down or it's not running. So you need to test it manually. Ibig sabihin, you can turn it on and turn it off. Okay. So in particular, gusto mong walang internet. So i-down mo lang yung DHCP mo. Itong DHCP mo, i-off mo lang to, wala kang internet niyan into services. Okay. Now, sometimes You can edit the scripts, so you can work it manually. So you can edit the master script, okay? Master or single etc and rc script, okay? And reboot the systems if the script is running, okay? So sa Windows operating system, sa loob ng OS niya, pwede kang mag-run manually and automatically. Now, ang problem dito, if you're going to test this one into a real world, by default kasi si operating system, mapa-NOS pa yan or desktop based, may mga specific services na siya na i-run. Now, it's up to you kung hindi mo siya gagamitin. Okay? Kasi sabi ko nga, kung maraming services running into your system, siyempre, babagal ka. Ganun yan eh. So you have a lot of process running onto your machines, especially the server. Ang server kasi, kapag nagmamanage ka na, very limited lang yan. Okay? Kaya lang kasi ngayon, ang nangyayari ngayon, so if you do have a Windows server, tapos yung Windows servers mo, ang daming loaded na services. So niran mo dyan yung pang website mo. Yung website mo na local mo, nilagay mo doon. Yung storage area network mo, nilagay mo doon. Yung minanage mo yung user account, doon mo din nilagay. Kung lahat yun iniload mo doon, tapos medyo hindi na ganun kagandahan yung hardware mo. Okay? It basically shows you na yung mga services na yon, yes. Ay, sige. Salamat. Hold on lang. Break tayo guys Hold on lang. Be back. So, CR break muna kayo. May pinatawag lang ako.
Unmute mo yan. Unmute. Naka-turn up ka siya. Nakita ko mga playlist mo eh. Tangin na, nagtipa na naman si Cyrus. No look. Basta, tangin. Saan yung picture ni Cyrus sa DP niya? Saan niya kanuan? Yung background ni Cyrus. Di ba Emilio din? Hindi yung background niya sa DP niya. Saan yun? Katoka. Critical. Nalala ko yun eh. Di ba nasa Tansa kami? Magkakapit bahay lang kasi kami ni Cyrus doon sa Tansa. Sumali yan sa Liga. Pinanood ko pre. Mga gabi ata yun. Tapos pagpasok ako, technical foul. Ay, flagrant ba yun? Flagrant. Pagpasok pala niya unang ball possession. Dinaganan yung Bakit? Uy, gago, wag. Alam ni Cyrus na ako na nandun. Rinig pa rin ba mic ko? Nag-auto disconnect kasi puta. Ang alin? Kanta? Hindi. Pwede mo na i-back yan eh. Di ba? Prev. Eh. Kasama mo si Moira. Ba't ayaw ng tugtugon ni Moira, pre? Kabaya na. Sige, sabi namin ni Janela mamaya. Sino nagsulat na sa papel? Sino nagsulat na sa papel, pre? Sa table niyo yun, di ba? Kahapon. Yung pinakasulat na ano? Sean Love Janela. Sino nagsulat nun? Tayo na binigay ni ano ni Erwin kay Janela, nag-aaral si Janela kay Erwin. Kaka. Iram pa sa Erwin. Kaya ngayon. Tangina. Yung ay, oh? Eh, di ano gagamitin mo? Bili na bago, ano? Sabi mo sa mama mo, ma, bili na. Uy, kala ba sa selo na tatay mo 500k a month? Eh, Tinawag si Asar Abilats. Ang random kasi kagapon ni Jadele. Tinanong niya kami lahat. Sabi niya, maganda ba? Ako na tao. Sabi niya kasi ano, nag nag-out of place daw kasi siya kay ano, kay Erin tsaka kay Harry. Sabi niya, baka siya lang daw hindi. Ay, ay, ay. Sabi ko, anong tanong yan? Sabi nila, sabi namin, bakit di siya siyang tanongin? Tapos tinawag ka namin. Tapos sabi niya, uy, wag, tapos, di ba inasar-asar ka namin? Sabi niya, yun. Tapos sabi ko pa nga, maganda ba ako? Ako, sinabi ko yun para, ano, direkta. Manakot na kay Janela. Tapos ito naman sa Irvin, si Janela yung ginagago, hindi ikaw. Si Janela yung inaasar. Inampa siya ka na eh. Pagalit pa eh. Kala ko nga magagalit siya ng Irvin eh. Buti di ako pinagtripan kahapon ni Carl. Sana makalimutan na ni Carl yan. Ano sinagot mo kay sir kahapon? Oo. Di ko nga alam yung frequency gin eh. Nasabi ko lang yung frequency pero yung gin, di ko alam
Okay,
na may ganun eh.
let's continue.
Oo nga.
So, at this
Init.
point, yung system natin will reboot. Okay, so let's say for example, may nag-manually on ka ng services. Okay, or if you're using a Linux base, you run a script. Okay, you create a new script and run it. So there's a possibility of, let's say, uh, you run a new script for your server side. So there's a possibility of downtime of work during that process. Kasi you need to test your script if it works or not. Okay. Now,
Hmm?
common examples nito in real world is you can create
Ano yun?
a script wherein once you click the
Ah.
icon, it will automatically shut down. 'Di ba normally ang dami mo pang ginagawa. So pupunta ka sa start tapos shutdown. Okay. So you can run a script, you can use your notepad uh or you can use an editor, okay?
Basta
And
command.
run a script
Yan.
such as automatic shutdown or machine. Pag clinic mo 'yun, automatic shutdown yung or automatic restart yung machines mo depending on the
Ah?
type of script that
Anong
you
script
wanted
gamit
to
mo?
create. So para maging automatic yung operations mo. Para less na 'yon for your management in your server side. Okay?
Ah, ah. Ay, open mo yung file.
Now,
Tapos gusto nang nakadat, nakadat.
another is basically using a small number of
Oo
script.
nga, hindi. Di
So
ba
let's
itatype mo
say
muna
whether
yung
you
kusa?
are
Ay, para i-type mo. Tapos isi-save mo as
startup becomes
dot
more difficult to
activate dot
test. Okay,
cmd, ganun.
so you need to test it and run
Ah.
and test the script
Oo,
at the same
pwedeng
time.
ganun pala, ano. Pag tinatamad kang mag,
This is another
or nag-error
example
yung
of
shutdown.
a script for initialization. And this is for the Solaris. This is the correct root for Linux, and this is for HP type ng operating systems mo. Okay? So there are different levels of you wanted to create. Let's say it could be a kill. So ibig sabihin niyang kill is basically stop or the execution. And this one is the S to basically start. So kill ang tawag sa Linux when you stop the operations. So these are the common typical initialization script. Okay. This is the start and this is the stop, and this is the operation or services that you wanted to handle. Let's say a routine for networks, a routine for application installations. Pwede mong gawan yan ng automated script that it will run a specific operations like installations of specific applications. Pwede mong gawin yan. So what is the benefits of the initialization script? Okay? One is, syempre kung if it is correct, okay, yung operation ng stop and the start arguments mo, hindi na ganun katagal. Kasi it creates its own. Okay? Although yung operating systems natin can do it uh, 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 automatically. Okay? So in our case, we invoke the manual operations kasi gusto mong mapadali yung operations mo as a system administrators. Okay? Now, how we be able to change run levels? Kung mapansin mo kanina, yung run levels ng Windows natin, like we have the safe mode, normal startup, and we have the safe mode with networking. Okay. So these are the top typical reserved for the activities. One is the for Unix command. You have a telnet. Okay.
Ano gagawin natin?
For the commands for other execution under the root directory or root access. So sometimes yung OS level it doesn't help you, okay? Let's say for example, naghang. So the system's completely hang. Okay? So pag nagpe-press ka ng keyboard, ini-ignore niya lang. Okay? So what will happen here? So there are specific keys. Okay? Let's say for example, 'di ba hindi gumagana yung machines mo? Nag-stop siya. Pag press mo yung control alt delete, yan. Plus alt plus delete. Okay? So magra-run siya. Pero pag yung other keys ayaw niya mag-run. So ibig sabihin, meron siyang special cases sa pro monitors mo. Okay? Yung pro monitors mo ay sync to specific command na kinukol mo dun sa keyboard mo to sync it all to a memory disk and perform a what we call crash and burn. Okay? Crash and burn. Yung crash and burn, yan yung terminology natin para sa hard reboot. Yan. So, you crash and burn your machines and basically, siyempre, naghang na nga yung entire systems mo, it will basically reboot the systems. Okay? Nakawa. So, this is the emergency measures na ginawa. So, itong code na to, ito yung script natin to be able to use a specific emergency measure. So, meron siyang may mga code siya. Okay, sa PC is Control Alt Delete. Sa other operating system, yung A, if you hold the stop key, press and hold the stop key long time, so it will perform that operation. Okay, plus stop key plus, I think, plus A. Okay. And that's basically system and halting. Okay. So, anong understanding nito? Okay, you as a system administrators, you are now able to understand what are the events that occur during the sequence of operations. So, paano bang nangyayari na nagbo-boot yung operating system natin? So, we have the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And the methods of the boot sequence. Okay. So, dito, you could have a boot manager. Let's say, you have multiple drives. Yan. Naka-multiple drives ka. So, this is an actual scenario ulit. So, let's say you're running on a multiple drive. Your servers run on a multiple drive. So, 1, 2, 3. So, this is hard disk 1, hard disk 2, hard disk 3. Now, you're managing a Linux environment, you're managing a Windows environment. So, let's say, dito sa H1 mo, sa hard disk 1 mo, you're managing a window base. Dito sa isa mo is naka-Red Hat ka. Dito sa isa mo naka-Mac ka. So, using a multiple drive in a boot manager, using a boot sequence, let's say you wanted to load your operating systems na sa Windows, maglo-load siya sa Red Hat or maglo-load siya sa macOS. Okay? And that's basically the booting and halting in server side. Okay? Question before we proceed to another topic? Question?
Siyempre, none so far po.
May tanong ba, guys?
Wala naman po, sir.
Wala po, sir.
Okay, sige. We'll move on to another topic, which is we are into chapter 5, which is installation of the operating system. So, typical sa isang system administrator, okay, you are assigned to test, to run different operating system in the floor. So, ibig sabihin, uh, depende sa need ng kumpanya. Let's say if we're working in an enterprise company. So, may bagong system si company na magra-run siya sa macOS lang. Okay? Or sa Windows lang. Okay? But unfortunately, very limited na ganun yung operations natin. Dapat yung systems natin is runs onto different platforms. That's the one. Okay, if you wanted ikaw yung administrators ng isang kumpanya, dapat ang made-deploy sa floor mo, sa area mo, should be compatible to all the different platforms out there. So meaning, ah hindi ka na ngayon magte-test run na, oy, ayaw gumana nung system ko sa Safari. Yan. Ayaw gumana sa Edge. Okay? Kapag ino-open ko yung application tsaka yung system na kunwari payroll system, ino-open ko sa platform ko na may Windows, nag-e-error. Yung pala Linux based yung development niya. And so on and so forth. Okay. So this is very difficult for you as a system as administrators. So what we're talking about here is you need to have a deeper understanding of installations of different OS. Okay? From yung pinakaluma hanggang newest versions. Kasi kailangan magte-test and run ka eh. Okay? Bakit may luma ka? Kasi sometimes may kumpanya kang papasukan na nagra-run pa rin ng Windows XP. Especially sa planta. Eh kung hindi ka marunong mag-troubleshoot, hindi ka marunong mag-manage ng Windows operating system mo in a Windows environment like Windows XP na hindi na supported ni Microsoft, anong gagawin mo ngayon? Okay? So, magre-resign ka na lang kasi hindi mo pala alam yon. Okay? So, initially, that's the bottom line here. So, from the latest version up to yung hindi na ginagamit, you should have a better understanding of doing installation, troubleshooting, configurations, especially the maintenance. Ito yung pinaka binabayaran dito. So sometimes kasi in an industry we belong, which is the IT world, nandiyan na yan eh. Pag pumasok sa kumpanya ka, nandiyan na yan. There is a running systems na nag-run sa floor. Hindi mo pwedeng baguhin yan basta. Okay? It's very difficult kasi meron tayong tinatawag na data migrations, may compatibility issues tayo dyan, and so on and so forth. Okay, sa data migration pa lang baka mabuang ka na. Okay, to be able to migrate the data from the old system to a new systems. Diyan nagkakaproblema. Kaya kung mapapansin mo, yung mga
Sorry
bangko
ba, sorry.
nag-error. Kasi yun. Okay, the data migrations. Diyan
Ay,
sila
gago.
nagkakaloko-lokohan.
Tangina,
Kaya in a
gago.
system environment, eto yan. Kasi kapag nag-upgrade ka, mag-upgrade ka ng OS. Okay, that's one thing.
Ala na po, i-issue ka na
Yung
mamaya.
systems
tingnan mo.
kasi na dinevelop or i-develop
Wala, di
pa
ko
lang,
makikita. Yan, naka-record ako
nasa
eh.
pinakamataas na level na yan.
PM mo
Okay,
na
hindi
lang.
ka magde-develop ng system sa Windows
DM,
NT,
DM.
tsaka Windows 2000, tsaka Windows 98. Magde-develop ka ng system sa bagong
PM.
lalabas na operating systems. Ganun ang
Ay.
practice in real world.
Ano ba yun sa Discord?
Okay? So, to that,
Naalala
we'll
mo sa
start
Discord?
our
Nasa
discussions
Facebook
with
lang.
regards to operating
Hindi
systems.
pa, hindi pa.
Okay, ano? So, installation. So at this particular chapter, we'll be able to
Yung
explore
kasama mo
the
minsan
process
sa
of the
call?
OS installations,
Okay, gets it. Yung
some of
kasama mo sa call?
the challenges, okay,
Puta,
na pwede
nagis.
nating ma-encounter during the installations, ano
Iba
yung
pa
mga
yun.
official releases nila, and other documents. ang mahirap kasi sa atin, so when there is a new systems, okay, kahit hindi OS eh, okay. So let's say you are system administrators,
Kaya pala di na
and then
mag-okay.
the company assigned you to deploy specific
50 pa
systems.
rin ngayon?
Kahit ano lang
Tingin mo?
kahit simple
50?
system na
50 sa...
library
Kung alam ko na
system sa
50
library.
kahapon, pumunta na ako.
Ikaw kung medyo matagal ka na sa
Oo,
IT
alam ko
world,
nga,
ang
pumunta
gagawin mo
na ako
diyan,
eh.
next
Di
next
mo
next ka lang.
binalitaan eh.
Hindi ka na magbabasa ng kung ano-ano. Hindi mo na babasahin yung documentations, hindi mo na babasahin yung ah, 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 manual ba, okay. Parang parang a simple analogy of setting up a electric fan sa bahay niyo, okay. Or you be able to buy a new cellphone. Ah, yung papel dun, yung user manual dun, hindi mo na tinitingnan 'yun, okay. Kasi, you are expecting na alam mo na 'yun. Okay, so gano'n na nangyayari. In IT world, gano'n din naman ang mga IT, okay? Ah, they don't consider reading, kasi time
Bakit?
consuming 'yan, kasi ang kapal nga, okay? Kasi kapag nagde-deploy ka ng isang
Wala na yung
system, let's
Benza.
say, an enterprise system, napakadaming libro niyan, okay?
Gago.
From the user test, to admin, to training ng personnels, may mga kanya-kanyang documentations and books yan. Okay. So, you'll be encountering that kapag nasa IT world kayo. Medyo very difficult yan, especially depending on the system that is being deployed sa isang company. Okay. So, the installing of operating systems requires you to have this one. Okay. Ano ba mga considerations natin? Okay, hardware. Bakit kasama yung hardware for installing a new operating system? Kasi
Pag-i-staran.
may mga issues tayo when it comes to compatibility of hardware to that particular OS. So, ibig sabihin yung hardware na to, hindi siya nag-run to this OS, let's say, a Mac. Okay? So, hindi pala supported ni hardware si Mac. Okay? So, problema na yon. Okay? Another is the multi-platform operating system support. Okay? So, most of the OS vendors distribute software that runs on a multiple hardware. Okay? Which is the HCL, which is the hardware compatibility list. Now, makikita mo naman yan. Makikita mo yan kapag bumili ka ng hardware. When you put let's say, uh, a new USB, yan. Di ba may tayong USB 1, USB 2, USB 3. Makikita mo yung different colors niyan. So, yung USB 3 is runs at it has a good seemingly transfer rate of files from one point to another. Okay, so mas mabilis yung transferring niya. Okay. So, normally in a multi-platform operating system, it's basically backward compatibility. Okay. So, it supports the lower version. Okay. So, we call it backward compatibility. So, kung may luma kang computer, tapos bago yung binili mo, hindi backward yon. Dapat bago yung bibilin mo, okay, kunyari may hardware ka. Ang hardware mo ay 1997. Okay, bumili ka ngayon ng 2000. So, hindi yan supported. Okay. So, dapat bibili ka, yung hardware mo is 2000. Tapos may hardware ka ng 1997. Yan yung backward compatibility. Yung 1997 supports to year 2000. Ganun na yung issues natin dyan. Okay. Just take a look on the version, the model. Okay. Para makita mo yung compatibility test or list niya for that operating system to run yung hardware mo. Another is the single platform OS. So, yung mga single architecture OS natin deals with the same problem based with the multi-platform vendors. Normally naman, ang mga naglalabas ngayon na companies natin supports the newest hardware requirements for Windows 11. Dati kasi naglabas si OS tapos hindi pa pala supported. Okay. So ganun yung mga issues natin. So the first one to consider is the Intel base. So yung Intel base natin, so yung mga luma you have 166 32 MB to 32 na free disk. Okay. So ibig sabihin before you have to install your operating system, take a look on the architectures if it is an x86 which is a 32-bit and 64-bit, and the processors na compatible siya, and the hard disk requirements niya. Okay? So ibig sabihin when you install a pre-space ng OS, dapat titingnan mo na medyo malaki pa dapat ang space ng hard disk mo, or else magkakaroon ka ng issue problem diyan. Okay? So what about for yung mga Intel-based na board? Actually, favorable tayo diyan kasi if it is a Linux-based, normally compatible yan. Because it is an open source type. Okay? So, many PC systems, ang PC kasi para siyang IBM. Pag tinawag ng PC yan, ibig sabihin clone yan. Okay, anong lengguwahe yung clone? Ibig sabihin, ito yung system mo, maraming brand. Okay, maraming brand ang naka-connect yan. Yung RAM mo iba yung brand, yung board mo iba yung brand, yung hard disk mo iba yung brand. Basically, it's a clone computer, a PC type yan. Okay. Itong PC kasi kinuha dyan ni IBM. Okay. So, another is the Linux BSD and Solaris. So, well behind yung Windows, Linux, BSD, and Solaris are also available in Intel architectural systems. So, pwede yan. Okay. But sometimes, ito yung nagiging problems natin. Solaris suffer from lack of devices kasi yung mga Unix-based na operating systems natin, hindi niya pinupull yung installation ng drivers. Unlike kapag nag-install ka ng Windows, yung Windows, most likely yung mga generic type na hard disk, na hardware, naka-install na dito sa plug and play na siya sa Windows. Eh yung mga other types, hahanapin niya pa. Okay. So what about for the OS for non-Intel based systems? Okay. Some of the hardwares natin is proprietary hardware architectures. Ibig sabihin, it may not allow you to run more than one OS. Dati, yung mga Mac based, hindi kaya mag-run to ng Windows. Baliktad din, si Windows naman hindi kaya mag-run ng Mac. Ngayon, in open architectures na to. Open architectures na siya, meaning, kahit naka-Intel base ka na board, pwede ka na mag-install ng Mac OS na operating system. Either a desktop or server type. Okay. Sabi dito, single OS system are most likely based on multi-OS operating system. Ngayon, ganun na talaga. The computing nowadays, one size fits all. Okay? So, yung war between Mac, Windows, and Unix are over na. Okay? Kasi pwede mo nang gamitin yung mga yan. So, another is basically, vendors such as other vendors, okay, such as HP, IBM, Compaq, ito yung mga brands that basically offers you a multiple operating system type for their hardware. Ibig sabihin, very supported sila. Even though you do have, kasi pag mga HP type, IBM, dati proprietary to. Okay? Ibig sabihin branded sila, hindi sa clone computers eh. Magsimula sa board, magmula sa RAM, hanggang I/O, katulad ng mouse, keyboard, monitor, IBM yung brand. Okay. So, what else? How about the Linux? Okay. Although Linux available for Spark, many software vendors do not port their application for Linux operating system. That's the way it is before. But now, uh, hindi na ganon. Okay. Next. So, when you consider choosing a specific hardware for your machines, you need to pay attention for the non-standard hardware on your systems. Okay? So, kailangan ma-check mo yan. Okay? So, uh, is this particular hardware is compatible to run on your device? Okay? Double check yan, especially sa server side. Okay, may mga port na hindi niya ni-record. Katulad niyan, may mga dati pa naman 'to, may mga sa networking may mga hardware tayo na hindi gumagana talaga. Okay. So you need to check that. Kasi baka magkamali ka, mahal yung equipment. Okay. Baka matanggal ka pa. Okay. So you need to check the availability when it comes to device driver installation for your server side. Let's say you're running on a Windows Server 2022 tapos hindi pala supported yung hardware mo. And look for your inventory form. One of the duties and responsibilities mo as a system administrator is you need to know what particular hardware is running in your systems. From the network side down to the server side, down to the client side. Ibig sabihin, alam mo dapat na may PC dyan na nagli-Linux. Okay? Dapat alam mo yan. Kasi, in a system environment, dapat ma-manage mo kung anong particular OS lang ang i-allow mo. Okay? I'll give you an example. Let's say, administrator ka ng eskwelahan. May domain. Okay? So, I as an administrator sa another school, I open to include Apple. Ibig sabihin, I allow the user to use iPad, uh, iPhone to access their domain account. Kasi ikaw, kung Google Ad ka na admin, pwede mong hindi allow yon. Ang i-allow mo lang is window-based. Yan. Pwede yon. May security si Google Enterprise wherein you'll be able to allow different devices. Another is, let's say, isa lang. Hindi pwedeng dalawa. Yan, mga ganun. Okay. It's very critical for you as an administrator to check the inventory. Okay. Kasi alam mo dapat na sino yung kumukonek sa networks mo. You as an administrator of future administrators ng isang kumpanya, dapat alam mo yung vulnerability na pwedeng magkaroon ng atake because they are using the Linux. Yan. Kunwari, hindi mo i-allow. Kasi, very vulnerable yung Kali Linux to attack your system using a Kali Linux operating system. Okay, kaya niya mag-snoop, kaya niya mag-snip, kaya niya mag-remote login, and so on and so forth into your environment. Which is, hindi mo nakikita. Okay? Pero kung manage mo yung systems mo, makikita mo yan. Alam mo dapat kung ano yung hardware na connect. Kunwari itong PC na to, meron kang minamanage na 2,000 computer. Yan. Alam mo dapat yung specification ng isang computer doon. Okay, ibig sabihin alam mo kung ilan ang RAM na nakakonect sa kanya, ilan ang hard disk na ginagamit niya, and so on and so forth. Okay. And, siyempre sa operating system, alam ko anong operating system yung ginagamit niya. Kung anong version ng operating system ang ginagamit niya. Updated ba yung operating systems niya? Kasi kung outdated yung operating system niya, hindi nag-a-update, so most likely baka maging daan niya ng virus attack. Okay, because of it's not a stable operating systems. Okay? So nakita nyo yung job nyo as a system administrator. Very critical yan. Okay. Naintindihan nyo ba yung sinasabi ko?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. Now, so the PC systems typically force a few more restraints on the systems, hardware, and other architectures. Example, ito luma na tong example na to. So we have the Intel system requires a VGA display. VGA is a video graphics array. Uh, uh, ito yung ginagamit natin na meron tayong SVGA and ito mga uso na ngayon yung mga HDMI type na eh. Okay? And DVI type. Ito yung mga luma. And the keyboard or to boot. Unfortunately, there are hundreds of display adapters, thousands of keyboards, and 10,000 of mice available for PC to different heritage. Yan. Katulad ng mga mouse. Yung mga mouse dati, hindi nyo na na-encounter to eh. Yung mga PS2 type na mouse. Yan. At mouse and keyboard. Hindi pa kasi naka-USB type yan eh. Yun yung standard niya. Ibig sabihin you have a PC, tapos ang interface mo is a PS2 type to be able to connect dun sa systems mo. Okay? So, in this case, medyo nag-error yan. Okay? Let's say for example, yung connections mo, you have a monitor. Tapos, gusto mong kumonect ng BGA. Okay, yung BGA, meron siyang frequency. Okay, may horizontal and vertical siya. Okay, so meaning may resolutions lang siya. So, minsan, nag-out of range yan. Okay, sa Pilipinas kasi naka 60 Hz tayo. Kunwari, naka 12 by 14 lang tayo na video resolutions. Now, kung yung screen mo mababa, tapos mataas yung video resolutions mo or vice versa, mag-error yan. Okay. So, may mga ganun siya. Another is yung sa booting niya, because there's hundreds and thousands niya, siyempre kailangan i-check niya yon during the boot process. Diba? Kung legacy type ba yon? Ibig sabihin ng legacy type, nandun na siya sa sa systems ni Windows, sa system ni Linux, na pag kinonect mo siya, legacy na siya. Ibig sabihin yung device driver niya na naka-connect sa kanya, lumang-luma na. Parang ganun yan. Okay? Another is the designer of the OS restraints to impose on the system is basically a specific revision level. For example, yan. Si Sun Solaris 8 will not boot on to a Sun 4C hardware architectures. Okay. So ito yung mga dati pa na natin na restrictions. Up until naman ngayon. Okay, kung mapapansin mo, dati ni-restrict yung installations of Windows 11 to a lower architecture ng board. Okay? Pero ngayon hindi na eh. Okay, even though yung board mo at yung hardware mo is naka-Celeron type, you'll be able to install Windows 11. Nung nagte-test and run si Windows 11 ng operating system niya, very strict siya kung ano lang na board ang mag-run sa kanya. Yung first phase ni operating systems niya, ganun yung nangyari. Pero nowadays, hindi na. Okay. It basically runs on a lower versions. I tried Windows 11 into a Celeron M type. Medyo mabagal nga lang siya, pero up unto i9 na core ni processors, it basically works. Okay. So installation time requirements. How long it will take? Okay. So I'll give you another technique. Okay. This is a an all day na practice, okay? May burner kami. Okay, yung burner siya, isang PC yan. Okay. May burner PC siya. Yung burner PC namin, kokonek ka ng mga 4 na hard disk. 4 na hard disk. Pag nag-burn ako ngayon dito, lahat yan pare-parehas ng OS. Yan. Instead na mag-install ako dito sa isang PC, mag-install ako ng OS, mag-i-increment yung time. Eto sabay-sabay may 4 ka na. Okay? Kung meron kang 4 na PC, times mo yon. So yun yung magagawa mo at the same time. So ibig sabihin mabilis mo magagawa yung trabaho mo. Okay? So you can do that. Hindi siya one by one. Kung malaki yan yung projects nyo, ganun yung ginagawa namin. We basically use an application. It could be a third-party softwares. Ang ginagamit namin is an Acronis burner. So we burn the operating system into the hard disk. Ang activation niya, siyempre magtatanong ka, sir, paano yung activation niya? Yung activations niya, kung ano yung license key na nasa hardwired sa kanya. Yun yung gagamitin mo for confirming yung license code niya sa Microsoft or Office or any other applications na i-install mo. Okay? So, medyo mabilis yung operations nyo dyan. Okay. So, sometimes, it doesn't work smoothly, sabi dito. Okay. Ang OS, guys, kapag nag-error yan during installation process, uulitin mo yan. Okay. That's the idea here. Okay? So, hindi siya pwedeng yung nag-error siya tapos nag-next mo, wala nang error. Hindi pwedeng gano'n. Dapat pag nag-error yan ng isa, dapat reinstall mo yan. Okay? Another is, you need to install the patches and service pack. Dati, in the lower versions, meron tayong tinatawag na patches. So, itong patches na to, similar to sa updates ngayon na term. But yung service pack ay hindi. Service pack is may mga SP1, SP2 kasi tayo tinatawag yung mga service pack 1, service pack 2, and service pack 3. Yan, may mga ganyan yan. Okay? So, you need to install it separately. Okay. Next, I'll give you an idea. Sa mga bahay nyo, pag bumili ka ng computer sa bahay nyo, meron, kung makikita nyo, yung license nyo is home license. Na single license. Alam nyo ba, yung home license, hindi nyo yung pwedeng ilagay sa DC, sa domain controller. Okay. So, dapat naka-professional na ang operating system nyo. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya, pwede siyang i-manage via what we call group. Pero hindi siya pwede sa domain controller. Hindi siya pang server type. Yung mga, kahit laptop nyo siguro sa bahay nyo, yung mga desktop nyo, naka-home license lang. I-check nyo mamaya. So, hindi siya mako-control using DC, ha? Yan ang limitations niya. Kaya libre. Iba yung pro na operating systems, ha? Yes, De Los Reyes.
Sir, paano sir yun sa mga sa mga computer shop?
Sa computer shop, normally, hindi siya naka-domain controller. Ang ginagamit lang nila is a third-party softwares to monitor the computers. Hindi siya naka-domain controller. Kaya pwede kang maglagay lang ng mga home license lang na operating systems. Kasi kung maka-server type yan, medyo malaki yon. Ang NOS kasi, yung network operating system sa elective 2 nyo yung nagagawin. Medyo mahal siya sa price ng normal OS lang. Kahit tingnan nyo ngayon sa internet kung magkano. Malaki yung price difference ng OS na yan. So kung mga computer shop lang, hindi ka bibili ng server type na machine. Kung mapapansin mo sa mga computer shop, ang ginagamit lang is a desktop computers lang, hindi yan server. Kasi yung server nga, as I said, is 500,000, 1,000,000, 3,000,000 ang cost ng isang server sa enterprise. Okay? So, kaya kung mapapansin nyo, nami-mislead kayo kapag bibili kayo ng PC, sabi nun, free yung OS, yung lifetime OS, tsaka yung Office. Pero hindi siya manageable. Okay? Yan yung limitations niya. Okay? Hindi katulad nung binibigay na kunwari 'pag nagtrabaho kayo as an IT, may issue kayo ng computer. Yung mga PC na yun, naka-pro yung OS nun, at the same time, kasi naka-manage yun remotely, kahit nasa bahay kayo, namo-monitor kayo nun, using a domain controller. Okay. Question? Wala na? Okay. So, ano pa ba? Yan. So, there are typical types of installations. Okay. So, you can install it via a server. Okay. So, you can remotely install it via servers. You can install it uh, per unit, per desktop manually. Okay. For the server side, ito sa server side to, you can install the services for web servers, database servers, servers machine, or interactive systems. It's in a domain environment. Pwede mo rin siyang gawing diskless host. Yung diskless host, yung may isang PC ka lang. Tapos, lahat ng PC mo na to naka-connect, yun yung ginagamit sa computer shop. Mga diskless host type. So, yung services, yung systems niya, dito kukuha sa server side. Okay? So, pwede yun. Okay? Pero normally, hindi ganito yung setup natin for networks. So, in a typical enterprise networks, very complicated siya. May different server siya. Like file server, security server, firewalls, UTM, and other appliances for that matters. Okay. So, the concept of a free Windows installation may sound foreign to some administrators. Yan. Surprisingly, dito sa Windows kasi, very easy eh. Okay. Ang nangyari kasi kay Windows, madali siya i-crack. Okay. Although may bayad siya, crackable naman siya. Imagine mo if you're running a Linux environment or Linux platform for your operating systems. Ito walang bayad, open source. So anytime if you do have a problem, reinstall mo lang. Ito, every time you have a problem, i-reinstall mo to, ikakrak mo pa siya. Or pre-crack na yung operating system mo. So that's the same thing that usually happens right now. So in hardware support issue, it's not unusual to find version of Windows you want to install does not support the latest hardware available in the systems. Ang kagandahan lang kay Windows, if they are if you're able to install, ang laki nung OS installation niya, halos lahat na kinere niya. Nandun na lahat nung mga device drivers na nakalagay sa kanya. So, you don't need to worry na kapag naglagay ako ng printer, hindi siya gagana. Okay? Unlike, if you're using a Linux-based na mag-worry ka pa, pag nilagay ko ba tong printer ko, tapos may naka-Linux ako, hahanapin ko pa ba yung device driver? Yan. That's basically the thing na it happens in the real world. Okay. Okay. So some of more common problems encountered in installations would be drivers. Yan. So that's common. Okay. So you need to check kapag hindi na, if it is not plug and play or PNP type, ganun lang naman ang operations yan. If it is not PNP, So, ibig sabihin, wala siya dun sa loob ng systems mo. You need to check the model, the versions of the hardware. Sir, saan ko yan makikita? It could be in a manual, dun sa mismong device. And then, ang ilo-look up ko dyan is the official website. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nag-install ka ng NVIDIA na video card. Hindi gumana. Okay. Mag-ano ka, mag-multiple screen ka, siguro 4 na screen dun sa server mo. Okay? Hindi gumana yung pangalawa at pangatlong screen. Nag-error. Okay? So, hindi siya supported. Okay? Nung built-in na driver mo. So, what you're going to do is to look up for the official website nung video card mo. Like, let's say, NVIDIA na RTX. I-check mo ngayon doon. Huwag kang mag-check sa mga, pag nag-check ka sa internet, sa nurse mo, daming lumabas, dinownload mo lahat yon, lalo magkakaproblema ang OS mo. Okay? So, hindi dapat ganon. You download it in an official website. Kung hindi siya na-call, kunwari nag-search siya, nag-manual search ka gamit si Windows 11 mo. Kasi there are two types na pwede mo siya. So, magma-manual search ka or si OS mo ang mag-check online. Pero normally, hindi niya mahanap or hindi niya ma-locate properly. So, it's up to you. So, ima-manual mo siya. So, hanapin mo siya sa official website. Huwag kang mag-install sa mga download.driver, mga ganun-ganon. Okay? So, most likely, sasakit lang ulo mo dyan. Pag hindi mo yung nagawa, ipaformat mo pa yung operating systems mo. Okay? Ito sa Windows 10 dito, mga luma na yan. Dati ito nag-encounter namin to, yung mga service pack. Sa Windows XP to, there are issues na hindi nag-run siya in SP1. It runs only in SP3. So, ibig sabihin, during that time, we need to upgrade our Windows XP to SP3. Ito yung naging case namin, which is the service factory. Okay, what is the idea in a dual boot Windows installations? So, ibig sabihin sa bootable mo, di ba sabi ko sa inyo, boot manager, pwede kang meron kang isang hard drive, pwede mong hati-hatiin yun. Let's say, may isang hard drive ka, pwede mong hatiin yan. This is your C, this is your D, this is your E. Ito Windows ang nakalagay dyan. Ito Linux. Ito Mac. Okay. In a single drive. Pwede naman, may 3 drive ka. Ito yung Windows. Ito yung Linux. Ito yung Mac. Kapag naka-isang drive ka, makikita mo, pag magpa-prompt sa'yo dyan, pwede mong i-configure to sa services mo na automatic maglo-load siya kay Linux. Or, it will ask the user kung saan siya maglo-load. Yan. Pwede yun, i-configure. Dito naman, it could be a single boot. Ito yan, let's say Windows lang siya.
Ano?
It could be a dual boot. May Linux ka. You could
Manalo?
have a triple boot or a multiple boot for that
Manalo?
matter. Depende sa supported
Sali ba
ng systems mo. Okay? So, what happens here is very flexible. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, you will not able to run the experimentations mo sa floor without testing it sa loob ng laboratory mo. So, this is how you do this one. Okay? So, the rule of the thumb is installing dual boot system include Windows to install Windows OS first. Okay? So, you can do multiple OS or you can do similar OS into one. So, ibig sabihin, may isang drive ka, may isang hard disk ka, ang naka-install dito ay Windows 95, dito 98, dito 2000. Or you can do a modern operating system like 2010, 2011, multiple boot environment. Okay? Next, other type of installations like Solaris, Linux, is this one is partition. Okay. So normally, una mong i-check muna is the required uh, size of the partition to run the operating systems. Okay, what does it mean? Kunwari si Windows, kailangan niya ng, sample ko lang 'to, kailangan niya ng 20 GB to run. So, dapat mas mataas sa 20 GB ang partitions mo. So, when you do partition, you can do partitions upon installations. Pwede mong hati-hatiin yan. Yung isang drive, ang tawag natin dyan is
Pero baka
physical
laki
drive.
ngayon yung ano,
Kunwari, 1,
Windows 10.
3.
Ano ba?
This is your physical drive. One
Kakalaki
lang.
na kaya
One
ng size.
physical drive. And you do have 3 logical drive. And that is C, D, F. Yan. So you can partition
C,
the
D,
C,
F.
you can partition the D, you can partition the E, you can partition the F to run different operating systems. Okay. Now the thing with Solaris, dito nagka-problema siya. When it comes to the partition allowed to run the Solaris Sun Microsystem operating systems. Okay. Now ito yung kagandahan. When you run the Linux platform, when you run the Linux platform or Linux operating system, very limited lang ang kernel niya. Very minimum. Maliit to. Kung si Windows gigabytes, si Linux megabytes lang siya. Ang required to run the systems. Ibig sabihin, doon mo palang makikita na mabilis talaga siya. If you're running in a Linux environment, mabilis talaga ang process niya compared mo, especially the threading niya, compare mo kay Windows.
Mabilis talaga
Okay.
Linux.
So,
Nag-open nga ako ng terminal,
is
labas agad eh.
Linux and Solaris capable of partition? Yes. Okay. Hold on lang.
Magdi-dismiss na si Sir. Magpupuntahan na ata. Ayun, nag-off cam. Sabi ni, punta na ako. Narinig ko isa. Ay, tayo bunga nga niya ako. Punta na ako. Kain pa.
Patay isang lalaki sa Libungan, Cotabato matapos aksidenteng mabaril ang kanyang kaibigan. Sa kwento ng kaanak ng biktima, nagkayaan sila ng kanyang kaibigan para mangaso sa bundok. Habang nasa masukal na lugar ng pagkamalan daw ng kanyang kaibigan na isa siyang unggoy, at doon siya binaril. Hindi na nadala sa ospital ang biktima dahil sa layo ng kanilang napuntahan sa bundok. Bilang mga miyembro ng tribong Arumenen Menubo, ang tribal leaders nila ang nag-ayos ng problema. Igan, mauna ka sa mga balita. Mag-subscribe sa GMA.
Dynamite? No, dynamite?
Okay.
Dynamite that 로봇차가
Siguro dito muna tayo magtatapos. Any questions so far before we end? Okay, wala na. Okay, so our lecture for data communication will start at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Okay? So maraming salamat at magandang hapon sa lahat. Thank you.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.